My Coinbase, got a couple stock coins, show my bit rate. Yeah, I'm on my money, my bag, getting these profits right back. Markets I straight up attack, mental I gotta detach. Every last moment I'm grinding like that. Yeah, I'm about to rip. I'm about to catch about a couple hundred pips. See, I'm about to flip. Money is needed. I'm a shot right. Got a million on my wrist. Got a million that's dropping cash cause I'm spinning cause it's hella good. Rich type of dropping cash like I should. Cause the markets I run, chain burn flames my way. Young hood. I'm a blast off with my Coinbase. Got a couple stack coins, shake my bit rate. Bitcoin hit a high going out of space. About to drop straight bombs going home plate. Yeah, I'm on my money, my bag. Getting these profits right back. Markets I straight up attack. Mental I gotta detach. Every last moment I'm grinding like that. Yeah.
All right, yo, what's going on, guys? Let's go. Hold on, let me load up the chat real quick. I don't even have that open. Let me just get situated real quick. What's going on? What's going on? Good to see you all. This call is essential. Shout out to you, Omar. What's good? What's good? What's good? See my Houston and Dallas family here. Yo, so what's going on, guys? Listen, I know it's been a while since we've been on these Saturday calls, so we're gonna have a pretty decent amount of stuff to go over. What's good? What's good, Brandon? What's going on, guys? So listen, what I want everybody to do real quick, I love starting off this call with asking everybody what coin they're most happy with, right? What's blessing you the most? So drop it in the chat. I have a feeling I already know what it's gonna be this week, but drop the coin that's blessing you guys the most in the chat. What are you guys holding? What are you guys looking at? It's gonna give me some ideas of stuff to look at. Somebody says Safe Moon, some vet. Ooh, there's XRP. I was waiting for the XRP. I knew somebody was gonna say XRP. Yeah. I know everybody eating off that this week. We're gonna go over that, guys. We're gonna go over that for sure. Hey, listen, I you guys know I don't hold XRP, but you damn know that I day trade that in the MT4. So I'm not gonna complain about the volatility right now. Not gonna complain about the volatility. But you guys already know how I feel in general about XRP. But we see a lot of people with XRP. There's some Ethereum, MWAT. MWAT still hasn't moved for us, but we definitely accumulating MWAT, so that's good to see in there. VeChain going crazy. We're actually going to go over that today. I know a lot of us been holding VeChain for a while, so that's good to see too. The Yield app. I'm not even sure what that is, unless you mean Y Finance. But we'll look into that. Love to get your thoughts. Yeah. So guys, at the end of this, I'm gonna have you guys drop any coins that you want me to look at. You guys know I love hearing what other people are looking to get into. Just because there's 8,000 of these things, right? 9,000. I'm sorry. Now we're up to 9,192 cryptocurrencies in the entire that are on Coin Market Cap, right? There's probably about 10,000 or so that exist. There's some requirements to get on CMC and whatnot. So we're definitely gonna go over that at the end. Save them for now. They're gonna get lost in the chat. But we'll definitely go over that at the end, guys. But I really kind of want to go over, I'm just going to scroll through this list and we're going to just kind of go over some of the things happening in the market this week. I know the markets have rebounded. Everything's looking good. There's not much that's red. We just had a red day the other day. What's going on, Ray? I sent out a message and then I completely got sidetracked with just doing things out here in Houston that I actually couldn't even send out any alerts. But you guys know the plan, right? So since we last talked, guys, that the plan has remained the same. We're going to hodl onto the stuff that we've been holding on to, that nothing has changed there. We're basically still DCAing into Ethereum and Litecoin, right? I told you guys set up those automatic buys for Ethereum and Litecoin if you're going to be looking to make those weekly purchases. We talk about how powerful weekly purchases are, right? The ability to actually just buy on autopilot, build it up like a savings account, right? You should have been doing that this entire time on Ethereum and Litecoin. Nothing ever changed. Ethereum is still, as you guys can see here, sitting about 2,100, right? That's not crazy, right? It's been up here before. It's hit, we are at all-time highs, to be fair, but we're not up by much. It's only about $100 higher than it was previously when we were, also DCAing into it. So there's still a lot of upside potential here. But just to give you guys an idea, nothing has changed in since we got on this call last, right? So let's just go through a couple of the top 10s here. I'm not going to go through the entire 200, first two pages. But we do a Bitcoin back above 60K. Beautiful thing to look at. We are approaching all-time highs. We're about $1,700, $2,000 away from all-time highs. I truly believe that we're gonna, probably pass that this upcoming week. The weekly charts look amazing. We'll go over charts later. But sitting here at about 60,000, honestly, I thought we were going to break it today. Saturdays are typically a good day for the market. If you guys know anything about crypto, Saturdays are usually a pretty active trading day. But we took a big dip today. We also recovered that dip. So there's been volatility. Ethereum again at 2,100. You guys know the price target that I'm looking for this is like 5K. Great to see it still under like 25. We're going to DCA this and keep DCAing it until it breaks about 3,000. Because we want to get at least, targeting at least 100% returns on our DCA. We don't want to be DCAing it when it's at 3,000, 4,000. We could move into something that's maybe lagging behind at that point. But great to see, still opportunity here for people that, maybe don't have those automatic buys set up. It's not too late to do it. Start doing it now. We're going to cut off those automatic buys about $3,000. Binance coin going absolutely crazy, by the way. I can't even believe this thing is number 3, let alone $460. I remember when this popped 100 and I couldn't believe that. And here we are 400% later. So Binance Coin's been doing a lot of great things. If you've ever sent BNB or anything that runs on the BNB network, it's super quick. Literally take you like a minute, 2 minutes to make a transaction. The fees for sending stuff on Binance are much lower. Granted, not everything is built on top of it. There's not much built on top of it. So that is a downside to it, but it's really kind of opening up the doors for another platform that is, kind of competing with Ethereum. There's a lot of things that compete with Ethereum, but Binance BNB is really giving a run for its money. Plus, the coin has a tons of utility on their exchange. They consistently burn stuff every quarter. The coin is just on a rampage. There's no other way to put it. XRP with a sick recovery. I know a lot of you guys are excited about this. XRP up to $1.43. It's literally up 149% in the last 7 days, 40% just today. Now, I'm gonna just get into this now with the whole XRP thing, right? We talked about what happened with it when the SEC came out and the whole thing, right? And you guys know I'm not a fan. I don't like to hold XRP for my own personal reasons. Again, it's a great project, great fundamentals behind it. I wish the holders the best. I hope you all make millions. I'm just not gonna make it with you. I'm just gonna be on other things, just that simple. Right. But we talked about the SEC lawsuit and how that wasn't really, even for somebody like me that doesn't really is not really a fan of the project, how that's not really a problem. Right. Because we talked about how even if the SEC had a big problem and the United States wasn't going to adopt it and stuff like that, the US only makes up between like 5 and 8% of the daily volume for XRP. So even without the United States, the rest of the world, it makes up about 93% of all, Ripple transactions at its current state anyway. But we talked about how, basically when the SEC put that lawsuit out there, right, they're basically just checking the biggest foundation that they can, right? They can't check, they can't go after Bitcoin. There's nobody to pay them out with Bitcoin, right? Ethereum, they already declared wasn't a security, so they couldn't go after the Ethereum Foundation. And they really had no clarity on Ripple or XRP rather. So that's why I felt like they went after them. It's just a game of money. The places, the things like the SEC, the CFTC, when they sue people, it's more or less just a money grab. It's like a cop trying to meet his quota at the end of the month. Like they're really kind of just trying to get some money out of it. They'll probably settle. They'll probably drag it out, whatever it may be. That being said, XRP is still undervalued. If you look at it from the broad market standpoint, it never really left the top 10. It never really lost its market cap, value. If this thing wants to return to its what I would consider like its real market value in the current state of like cryptocurrencies with over $2 trillion in the market, XRP is probably somewhere between like a $4 and $5 coin. So there's still a lot of opportunity there. I don't feel like you're late. Obviously, if it's up 149% in a week, there may be some dips. The other day it dipped to 88 cents, 87 cents. Nick Gomez is probably smiling from ear to ear. Tyree, you're right. I know a lot of people are. A lot of people bought when it fell to 17, 18, 19 cents, So you guys are definitely up big, still holding it. But again, in my opinion, if you're going to put a value to this based off the $2 trillion market cap, it does deserve somewhere near its old all-time highs between $3 and $5. So again, I'm not a big fan of it, but I'm not going to try to discount it and say that it's, going to drop to hell and never recover. That's not what I'm going to sit here and tell you guys. I'm going to tell you guys it is still undervalued. Again, though, up 150% on the week. Proceed with caution. Like, don't just jump all into it right now. Wait for some dips, DCA it. do what you have to do. I do know I've gotten a few messages from people, right? I'm sorry if you're one of these people that message me. Literally, like, there's like 5 or so people that message me about, where can I buy XRP? Honestly, like right now in the United States, again, I don't think Coinbase has relisted it just yet. I know some people have said Uphold. I don't know if it's on Voyager. I really don't know the best place to buy it. I can tell you guys though, you can get it on Binance using my VPN video. So that's how I buy my coins. That's how I'm going to recommend to you guys. Go to YouTube, search Binance VPN. My video will literally be the first one, unless YouTube is like deranked me for some reason. And then just do that, or use Uphold wherever you can get it. Gate.io maybe. I'm not entirely sure where the best place to buy it right now. We can maybe do some research at the end of the call for that. Tether is just there. It doesn't really do anything. It's a stable coin. Cardano to $1.23. Ever since it's pumped up to $1.15, $1.20, $1.30, it hasn't really moved. Cardano still has a lot of great things in its work, but it needed time to cool down. This could be a coin to potentially look at for further runs to $2. Just going to throw that out there. Cardano is a great project. I've been holding it since like 2017, 2018. I definitely would recommend, the fact that we haven't broke above like $1.50 yet is pretty interesting to me. I definitely think it deserves a little bit more market cap. Same thing with Polkadot. Polkadot hasn't really moved too much recently. Kind of came up to these lower 40s, higher 30s levels, kind of just sitting. But again, Polkadot over the course of the past year is up a lot. So you got to give a few of these coins a little time to kind of just reaccumulate. Same thing with Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin itself, it's been in this 50 to 60K range for a while, right? So don't be surprised if the next, 2, 3, 4 weeks, a lot of these things really start running, because I believe Bitcoin is going to push to that 75K sooner rather than later. So these coins that have kind of been just sitting there and fluctuating between a small little price range are going to be the ones that you want to watch for, not the ones that have popped 150% in a week. Again, this is discounted, but I'm just using, the percentage gain as an example. Litecoin actually doing some stuff this week, surprisingly. Again, we're DCAing this. So if you guys have Coinbase and you're buying this every week, this has been a pretty good week. Again, Litecoin still below its all-time highs from 2017. We've talked about how Litecoin's not really doing too much that's new. You don't really hear about news, or at least I haven't. Maybe I'm just not tapped into the right sources. If somebody has some secret links, XRP available on crypto.com. Boom. Thank you, Ray. Beautiful. So if you guys need XRP, go to crypto.com. But Litecoin, guys, again, this is I still believe it's going to be a $500, $700 project. It's just a matter of it catching up. Again, there's not much going on fundamentally with it, which is why it's kind of lagging. But today it's had a real nice day. I think it was down like 220 earlier today. So it's looking real good. Uniswap up at $30. Again, this is kind of like the same thing as like Polkadot. Hasn't really done too much in the last couple of weeks, kind of cooling off, kind of reaccumulating. Still big on Uniswap. We use that for a lot of our Ethereum tokens for exchanging and whatnot. So definitely, recommend, copping some Uniswap on some discounted prices. Again, we'll go over charts. I'm not really sure what the weekly high on this is and stuff like that, but we'll look at some charts a little later. Chainlink, again, same thing, up at 31. It's been messing around with lower 30s, higher 20s. This is the case for a lot of things in the top 10. Stellar going crazy. Stellar, same thing. It's going to be moving with XRP. It's a direct competitor. It's like a sister to XRP. For those of you that don't know, it's just another coin that's trying to like enter that banking market. This is where I put my money, right? So I don't invest into XRP. I invest into XLM. I prefer XLM. I prefer the people that are running it. I think they're just more genuine people. I think that they're going to capture it's more of like the Australian and New Zealand market, in my opinion. Again, there's not going to just be XRP, guys. There's going to be tons of things that enter the bank market. So my bet is on XLM. It's beautiful to see it up at 57 cents. I've been holding this since about 8, 9, 10 cents. So beautiful to see it up here. It could pull something like Ripple and get back above $1. Definitely possible. It's within the reality of it. The beautiful thing about Stellar too, in regards to Stellar versus XRP, if you guys just look at the circulating supply, we have, what's this, 22, hopefully that's billion. I don't know, my math is 100,000. No, yeah, okay. And then Ripple's got 45, right? So it's got double the circulating supply. So it takes less market cap to move XLM up than it does XRP. Obviously, XRP has more hype behind it, whatnot. that's fine. But it's easier for XLM to make those price gains from a supply and demand standpoint. So just keep that on your watch list. If you're in XRP, it might be worthwhile to throw some into XLM too. It would be you wouldn't really classify it as diversifying because they're sister coins. They're going to move together, but it might be good just to capture, some little bit larger potential gains on the movements here. Bitcoin Cash. Somebody asked me about this today. I'm not a fan of Bitcoin Cash. I call it Bitcoin trash. It's just not. It does nothing cool. It's just a ripoff of Bitcoin. It has faster blocks, larger blocks. The people that run this are just the scum of the crypto community, in my opinion. Again, my opinion. You guys might like them. I'm not really going to go much further down the list. I'm going to go into some of the stuff that we've been buying, that we've been holding, because a lot of the other stuff here is just, you don't need to explain. Like VeChain, we're going to look at 50%, Tron up 20%. All coins are booming. There's no secret about that whatsoever. All coins has been going crazy. So what I'm going to do real quick, guys, I'm going to pull up our last accumulation list, which I know was sent a while ago. We were looking at Bitcoin below 50K, Ethereum below 2K, Litecoin below 200. These are all prices that you definitely could have get in on. The first one on our list, guys, is Atom, right? Atom or Cosmos, right? We do have this. The last I recommended you guys was to grab it below $20. I'll be honest, it hasn't really moved. Again, this is a top coin. It's like top 30, a top 33. So this is in the same boat as like Chainlink and Polkadot, where they've kind of made their run and now they're kind of just sitting there in that reaccumulation cycle. I'm still very, very bullish on this. I do believe we'll get upwards, $50 to $100 on this. I am staking this in the Exodus wallet. We're earning about 9% APY. Nothing crazy, but it's extra free Cosmos. I think on the holdings that I have, I've gotten like an extra like 2 or 2.5. So just by letting it sit in the wallet, I've accumulated, an extra, 2 or so coins, which currently worth about $40. But if it goes to 100, that's extra $200 in the portfolio. It doesn't hurt. So make sure you guys are staking this if you're holding it. It's definitely worthwhile to be doing that. Matic, we were looking at below 15 cents. We all know what happened with Matic. Matic did go crazy. It's up at 35 cents right now. This is a coin that we got, like, depending when you got in, about a little bit over, a little bit under 2 cents or a little bit over 2 cents. Again, really depends when you personally got in. But we got it about 2 cents. We did sell it at 900 Satoshis, and it's currently at 586. Right, you guys should have secured at least 25 to 50% of your profits on this already. We're just going to hold the rest. We have no reason to sell. It's very unlikely it goes back down to 2 cents if you got in 2 cents. If you have like a 5-cent entry and you got in late, still no reason to get out of this. Just hold the rest of your holdings, and we're just going to let this rock. If you're late to the party on this, if we can get like a red day and you can get below 30 cents, it might be worthwhile. Again, our target for this was about 50 cents with the Coinbase listing, and we got pretty close to that. So just kind of keep in mind you are buying late if you're going to hop into this. But this was a beautiful like 2,000% plus gains. How do you secure profits? So securing profits, guys, depends on how you buy it. So for Polygon specifically, right, the way we bought this is we took a part of our Bitcoin holdings. Right, we took a part of our Bitcoin holdings and we moved that into Matic, right? And we paid a certain number in Satoshis for that, which is just a Satoshi, if you don't know, is the smallest increment of Bitcoin. It's just the last decimal place of a Bitcoin, right? So this is a 500 Satoshis. That last one is kind of like a pipette in Forex. Like it's there, but you don't really count it type thing. But basically what happened was we moved that Bitcoin into Matic. And then when we took profits on Matic, what we did is we sold it back into Bitcoin. So say you put 0.01, right, Bitcoin into Matic, right? Or let's say $100, right? I'm going to talk in terms of Bitcoin because that's how I trade. But $100 or 0.01 Bitcoin, I know that math doesn't add up, right? And then goes 2,000%, whatever. You take your what the hell would be 2,000% of 0.01? I don't even want to do the math. I'm just going to say 0.2, right? Just take your 0.2 Bitcoin or your 0.02 Bitcoin, whatever the math works out to, and you take that out of Matic, right? So you basically sell Matic back for Bitcoin. So you're taking the Bitcoin that you put in, right? You're growing that by 2,000% and then taking that out. So now you have more Bitcoin than you initially put in. Now, if you're buying it with dollars, you put $100 in, you go 2,000%, you take your $2,000 out and you profit. But that's not our goal. Our goal is to grow our Bitcoin holdings, grow our Ethereum holdings. So we put a certain amount of Bitcoin in, then we sell that back out for Bitcoin, and we continue to hodl the Bitcoin. In Matic's case, I did tell you guys to reinvest the profits. I think I told you guys to put it into either RSR or Reef, both of which haven't really done much. So I apologize, but to be all fair, like we got a really good exit on this. So I'm not mad about that. EasyFi is kind of messing around. It hit 40 the other day. Do we have a group chat? Yeah, I'm not sure how you got in this without the group chat, unless you're from the PC community. Somebody drop if somebody has my link, drop it in the chat for me. If not, I'll drop it to you at the end. EasyFi, guys, we got this at $15. It's currently at 30. We're currently up 100% on this. I still recommend accumulating this. I'm gonna just tell you guys now, like my target on this is like $250. Like EasyFi is not started. It's still ranked 490 coin. The market cap is 76 million. It's not really a low cap coin. It's like it's a mid cap coin. But I told you guys before, I'm looking for like 250 out of this. As long as the project stays solid, I believe it will. This is built on top of Matic. That is why we're bullish on it, because I'm bullish on the Polygon Matic network. Again, we're already up 100%, but if you're late to the party on this, I would take 30. It was just at 40 the other day. It's down 12% today. These red days, they're a blessing, especially when the market's moving. So just keep an eye on this. I would probably try to get it below 30, but if you want to just get in it, it still has so much upside potential that I'm not worried about you buying it here. Especially since it was at 40 the other day. Algo. So we talked about Algo too. Algorand we got at like, I want to say 45 cents. It's currently at $1.40. I last recommended it to you guys when it was playing around with $1. So you would be up about 40% if you took this from the last list. I'm still very bullish on this as well. Still accumulating this. I would buy it at $1.39. I'm looking for at least $3, $4, or $5 out of this. The Algo project's great. Shout out to my boy Mark for actually putting me on this. This is not even something that I found. He said he was going in on it. I went in on it just off his word, right? I take signals too sometimes from the people that I trust. And then I started looking into it more, and it's a very solid project. I think $1.39 again is undervalued for this market cap sitting, 3.7 billion. It's definitely up there, it's a top 50 coin, but when alt season hits and Bitcoin runs for like 75K and such, this will be an easy $4 or $5 token in my opinion. Thank you, Ray, for dropping that. I'm trying to reinvest my profits. I've been on the crypto.com app. I just can't find how to transfer I've never used crypto.com. You're going to have to ask somebody that used crypto.com. I'm from New York. They don't provide services to people in New York. So I've never seen what crypto.com looks like in the back end. I will really not be much help. But if you're trying to move it to a wallet, like it literally should just say the word withdrawal. Like it literally should just tell you to withdraw it. Like that's all you really have to do. Withdraw it to a wallet that supports it. But I mean, like if you want to screen share with me one day, we could look into that. RSR. So RSR, I just mentioned, this is what we moved our Matic profits into, guys. I did recommend this below 6 cents. It's sitting about 9 cents. We're actually up 15% today, so it's actually pretty nice. I still would recommend accumulating this below 10 cents. This is it's a stable coin protocol. So I believe as stable coins become more popular among financial institutions and so forth, this should do pretty good. We are sitting at $1 billion market cap. That is what it is. I don't really have a target for that, but I do believe 9 cents is undervalued. This is, top 69, I believe it deserves a spot in the top 50, but there's a lot of great contenders to the top 50. Either way, 9 cents, it hasn't really moved. I recommended it below 6. I'll tell you guys now, I definitely recommend it still below 10. And we'll just look to see if we can get maybe 20 cents on this for now. We'll just look for that $2 billion market cap. I won't set expectations too high on this because we are, we're already in it. So Ocean actually going crazy. I don't know if it held the pump from the other day. Yeah, it's down a little bit right now. What do I think of so guys, all recommendations for coins that you want me to look at, let's save that for the end because it's gonna get lost in the chat. I'm going over the stuff that we actually hold. All the stuff you see that right now we've already either bought into and holding, or I sent out on my list for you guys to buy. But I own most of this stuff already. We're kind of just going over what it looks like. But Ocean killing it at $1.73. This is just like algo. We got this at like, I want to say like 40, 50 cents, depending when you guys got in. So we are up about 250, 300%, almost 400%. Ocean sitting at, this is below $1 billion. So I still really like this, honestly. They did initiate a hard fork recently. So they do have some stuff going on. They're basically, all this basically means, guys, is that they're just updating the protocol. When a hard fork happens, there's an Ethereum hard fork coming up. That basically just means there's major network upgrades coming. Sometimes it turns into a different token. I actually haven't had the chance to read into this just yet. I'm going to probably give this, this is already completed, so I'm not even worried about this. But nonetheless, just keep in mind that hard forks are just network upgrades, nothing to worry about. $1.73. Let's continue holding this. I don't have a recommendation for people that are not in this yet. We'll look at this on the next red day, right? We'll look at this at the next red day because it has been having some pretty significantly good days. Like, it hasn't really pulled back at all. So we'll wait until the market takes a dip. If you missed this one, you missed it. That's just what it is. And then 1 inch is the last thing from our last accumulation list. This says 1 inch below $4.50. It's at 580. I personally got this at $1. I know nobody in the chat got in with me at $1. It was an impulse buy that I made one day. I am still holding half of that position. That being said, this is only going to rise up when things like Uniswap and other decentralized kind of exchange tokens start popping off again. Again, I would say the same thing. If this dips below $5, you can go ahead and grab it. We'll target about 10-15 on this, but I haven't seen anything kind of significant coming out of their corner just recently. So you might want to just look at some of the other coins before looking at this. And if you have extra money, kind of come into 1 inch. All right. So that's our accumulation list, guys. We're actually doing pretty good. Everything is in profits. There's nothing down as we can expect. Right. But what I want to get into now, I want to just give you guys a little bit of an update on the stock to flow model. Right. Just do me a favor, guys. Put a 1 in the chat if you've never heard of the stock to flow model. Right. Is there anybody that's new to stock to flow? Right. Put a 1 in the chat. Let me know if you're new to stock to flow. All right. We got a few people. All right. All right. So listen, guys, when I tell you this is the single most important chart with Bitcoin that you could ever follow. There's no chart is more important. I don't care what I send you. I don't care if I send you a TradingView chart. I don't care if your mentor sends you a chart. I don't care if Elon Musk makes a tweet. I don't care. This is the single-handedly the most important chart that exists, right? This is where my belief in Bitcoin comes from, this chart. Like, I follow this like it's a religion, right? So I'm gonna break this down for you guys really quick for everybody that's new. Actually, do me a favor real quick before we get into this. Drop a 2 in the chat just so I can make sure it's new people. If you don't know what the halving is, if you don't know about the halving and what happens to Bitcoin every 4 years, drop a 2, because that's actually gonna be really important in reference to the stock to flow model. Okay, there's a lot of people. I'm gonna really blow your guys' minds right now, because if you guys don't know about the halving, then we need to get you educated on that. So I think do they have a halving chart? One of these guys do. 1 second, let me hide this video panel. Whoops, not that. Meeting controls. Somebody here has a Bitcoin halving. Okay, so CoinGecko has this, right? You guys can come on CoinGecko.com. It's just like CoinMarketCap.com. You go to tools and then go to Bitcoin halving. This will tell you the next time a Bitcoin halving is going to happen, right? We can see it's going to happen in 1,120 days, right? 1,120 days. And we're just going to read this, right? So let's just read this line right here, guys. This is the single most important fundamental to ever exist. This is why in 2016, when people were telling me that like this is a scam or the banks are like trashing it, I just knew people didn't understand this simple, very simple concept, right? So the sentence here says Bitcoin block reward will decrease from 6.25 to 3.125 coins in approximately 1,120 days, right? Now, what does that mean? So for those of you guys that don't know how blockchain works, right? Every 10 minutes, the miners take all the transactions, they put them in a little block, and then they solve a complex math problem, and then they verify that block, right? And every time they do that, the miner that solves the problem gets rewarded in Bitcoin, right? They literally get rewarded in Bitcoin. So you can go to any Bitcoin block explorer, you can look at a block, right? We're just gonna go to this block right here. And the first transaction in any block, right? The first transaction, oh, this is Bitcoin Cash. Let's get off this nonsense. All right, the first transaction in any block, right? This right here is always going to be the block reward, right? The first transaction they put in the block is them rewarding themselves for solving it, right? And then all the miners that partake in that minting of the block split that reward, right? So every 10 minutes, guys, on average, right? Because the blockchain moves at different paces throughout the day, right? But every 10 minutes on average, there's 6 point whatever it is, 25, what is it? 6.25 Bitcoin that are created, right? Just like they print US dollars, right? Every 10 minutes, 6.25 Bitcoin are put into the system, right? Now, every 4 years, that number gets cut in half, right? Every 4 years. So literally in 1,120 days, instead of the miners getting paid 6.25 Bitcoin per block, they're going to get paid 3.125. And then 4 years from then, they're going to cut that in half again, and we'll get whatever that is, 1 point whatever, right? 1.4 whatever, or so 1.6 whatever. And then 4 years from there, they're going to cut that in half again. And then you won't even be getting a full Bitcoin per block. You'll be getting less than a full Bitcoin per block. And then 4 years from then, we're going to cut it in half again. And then again, and again, and again, until there's no Bitcoin left. And it's going to take us a while to get to that point, because you're going to get to a point where there's not even one being created per block. And there's only, like thousands or, tens of thousands left. So it'll take a while to mine those, right? The stock to flow model, right? The stock to flow model shows us the price chart, and then in reference to how many days there's going to be until the next halving. And I kid you not, you can't argue with this model. I don't care what you do. You cannot argue with it. It's literally right in front of your faces. But if you take a look at this, right, every time we enter a period where we're less than like 400, and you can even argue less than like 600 or 500 days away from a halving, is like one of the best times to be buying Bitcoin, right? So basically, anytime it's like this light blue transitioning to dark blue, you better be loading up your Bitcoin. Like, that's like, if you're not buying Bitcoin during that time, you're, excuse my language, you're truly fucking up. There's no other way to say it, right? This is why I bought every week for 2.5, 3 years, literally through the entire bear market. I didn't even care what the price was, because I knew where we were in the stock to flow model. So let's just take a look at this, right? Again, you come into the dark blue. This is like the first push up. So a lot of different things happening here, but first push up, again, coming to the dark blue mode. This is the best time back in 2012 to be buying Bitcoin. The Bitcoin price was literally $3.94. You can do the math on your returns on that, right? And you can see as we get farther away from the halving, right, 1,400 days, price starts to go up. Now, why is that, right? Because if we're 1,400 days away from a halving, that means a halving just happened. That means the reward just got cut in half, right? Can anybody tell me what happens when the reward gets cut in half? And don't tell me the price goes up. That's not the right answer. But what's the actual thing that's happening to Bitcoin once a halving occurs? Let's see if anybody knows off the top of their head. I lost the chat. Let me see if I can bring the chat back somehow. Miners make less. You're technically not wrong. You're technically not, or they do make less. Supply gets cut, more demand. Demand is irrelevant. Somebody did say it. I'm gonna just see with a few other people, less Bitcoin being produced. That you're not wrong either. But the thing that I'm looking for, the word I'm looking for, is scarcity. Scarcity is literally more scarce, right? Let's put this into perspective, right? Let's say, right, that nobody knew, right? And like, let's just say there's 10,000 people back in 2012 that are every week that are buying Bitcoin, right? And then a halving occurs, right? Now there's literally 50% less Bitcoin coming into the market, but those 10,000 people still want the same amount of Bitcoin that they were getting a few days ago, but it doesn't exist. There's not enough anymore. It's like if you went to a party, and they were like, oh, there's gonna be like 20 tacos. And like, all right, cool. There's 20 people. Everybody gets a taco. Great. Cool. Throw a party next weekend. Okay, cool. The same 20 people are coming, but now there's only 10 tacos. It's like, well, fuck. Now everybody only gets half a taco. Somebody might be like, yo, bro, you know what? I'll pay you for your half because like I want it. Right. It drives up price. That scarcity drives up price. So you can see literally every time we get away from a halving, price starts going parabolic. Same thing happened here. Look, we came into the halving, we came into the purple, boom, it becomes more scarce, takes a little bit, price takes off. Because the same amount of people are starting to buy it, but there's not enough to fill that demand. And then as price rises, more people start looking at it, right? Everyone's like, oh man, the price of Bitcoin, everyone's taking on Facebook, everyone's talking about, oh, it hit all-time highs, oh, that's great. That drives demand, drives more demand, but it's not like there's more Bitcoin, there's less Bitcoin. So it just drives price up. So again, same thing, right? We come down, we enter into the part where the halving is, coming up. And if you guys been rocking with me for a while, you guys know I was like, when we got to the hat, like I wouldn't stop talking about it. Like I'd be telling people, like, listen, like, you got to get in. Like it's like now or never. Like I understand, cool, we can't break 10K, whatever, but like buy it, right? But now we're in the point, right, where we're kind of getting, into this red, orange, yellow zone. Now this isn't a danger zone by any means, right? If we take a look at where like the orange is, in previous pasts, yeah, there's some tops, there's some retracements. Even here, you can't really see it, but it went through a little reaccumulation phase. But we are entering, right, about to enter the period of the market where it's going to exceed, or it's going to go what we call parabolic, right? Where it's going to just start flying up as we get into this 1,000 to 800 period days. That's why I keep telling you guys, like, everybody that's like, oh, Bitcoin's going to have a major correction, this and that. I'm like, yeah, it probably will, but not until we get that spike up. Right, we're going to spike up to 75, 80, 90, 100,000, 120. Who knows where it'll stop? I'm not going to sit here and tell you where I know it's going to stop. But what I do know, what I'm going to tell you is that the likelihood that a correction comes in when we get to this 800 to 600 day mark is pretty high, right? Just based off history. Look, same thing happened here. We get into that little green zone, right? And that's when we start to enter the accumulation area. Right? Same thing here. We get into the green zone, we fall into the accumulation area, right? Now, to be fair, the market's a little bit different. There's big institutions in. I get it. Tesla's buying stuff. Grayscale's on a mad spree. MicroStrategy buying everything up. I get it. There's a lot of big players that might just exponentially push the parabolic move further. But I'm still willing to bet that there's gonna be some sort of correction. All markets correct. Nothing just goes up forever. I'm gonna just burst that bubble right now. Nothing goes up forever, right? So I'm not telling you what to do, but when you see this stock to flow model start turning green, you might want to start securing some profits. And the best way to do that, in my opinion, is to sell all your coin that you purchased over a certain price level. And I understand, like, I know how taxes work, first in, first out. I get it. Like, but you should take some stuff off the table, right? When we enter this green. So right now is not the time to be selling. We're not turning green. We're just getting into the yellow. We still have that little bit of a parabolic move as we move into here. But based off the stock to flow model, right? If you're going to argue that we're at about, we are at about 1,100 days, right? We just saw that on the other page, right? We're 1,100 days away, right? So we have roughly 180 to 200 days. And I know I've said that before, like, a month or two ago, but it's a little bit of a range. So anywhere between 150 to 200, maybe 225 days, depending on the institutions and how they react of this bull run left. So don't miss that, guys. Once we hit that point, the market is going to more than likely take a correction. Don't be scared, because now you have like the literal blueprint of when you should be buying, right? And I'm not going to give you a price. I'm going to just give you a time point in the cycle. Like, it doesn't even matter. I don't even care if Bitcoin is at 180K when we enter this blue. Like, just buy it, because the halving is going to kick in and that shit will get sent to who even knows, 400K, 500K. The price is irrelevant. Keep following this stock to flow market cycle until it doesn't work, right? when I first bought into Bitcoin, it was a little bit after the last halving. So I bought in like 525, like basically here, basically as we turned orange. I got really lucky when I found Bitcoin. I'm gonna just be real. I found it literally after like its second halving. Right, we're now in our third, heading to our fourth, right? But this, when you guys are getting into this area, right? When I saw this and I learned this, I started going heavy here, right? That's when I started doing my weekly purchases. I'm like, oh man, like I already seen this. I'm a fan of like if history is showing me something, I'm gonna go with that until it stops, right? So my belief level was like crazy because I didn't witness it once, I witnessed it twice, and I'm probably gonna witness it a third time, just to be real, right? Now, if it doesn't happen a third time, hey, listen, I'm sorry, but history suggests that it will. And supply and demand, I mean, like you can't argue with supply and demand. If you guys are smart money traders, if you understand accumulation and distribution, like there should be no denying this whatsoever. So I wanted to give you guys an update again. We do have about 200 days left in the bull run. You if you think you've seen parabolic, you haven't seen parabolic yet. It's definitely going to still break out of this like average price projection that we have. This is kind of just like a base median that they put out. This is all subject to change though. But let me know if that makes sense in the chat. Like if you guys really understand the stock to flow model and why this is so important. Like I'm going to stress it again. Like you don't need any other chart other than this chart. Like this is literally all you need. So that's an update on the stock to flow model. This is also why I'm a long-term holder of Bitcoin, guys. Like for those of you that know me, like I have Bitcoin and it's like, to me, it's not even like money I can cash out because I know if this continues over 4, 8, 12, 16, 20 years, imagine 20 years from now, Bitcoin's not even 20 years old itself. It's gonna be 30 in 20 years. So just keep this model in mind. I did want to go over that with you guys because this is very important to understand. A lot of you guys ask me, oh, when do we sell? When do we sell? When do we get out? This will tell you when this shit starts turning green, start taking some money off the table. Don't sell everything. Don't be that person. You can if you want to, because if you're that confident that the pullback will be, that deep. But take 50% off, take 60% off. Save that, put it aside for when it gets to the blue again, and we'll rebuy in. What else did I have here? So that's the halving. We don't need the block thing anymore. I did want to go over some charts. I'm not going to go over XRP because XRP is just on a run. What I wanted to kind of just talk about was the weekly candles on Bitcoin. Let me just get the Coinbase chart because this one has stuff drawn all over it. Let me also hide the DLO stuff. Right. So guys, if I mean this weekly candle, so just look at the last 3 weekly candles. Like the one harsh down candle that we had immediately got bought back up. All right. Immediately got bought back up. Didn't even hang down there too long, chilled, closed back up. This weekly candle, I'm telling you right now, this is why I'm so bullish this week. Actually, no, today's Saturday. What am I saying? Okay. So we basically are going to close bullish here. And I think pretty bullish. I think honestly, by the time this closes in 22 hours, that it'll probably be closing higher than even this wick. That's just my opinion. We'll have to see what happens, especially after today's dip. Like we dipped hard today and we recovered that no problem. So it's pretty bullish. All right, this next weekly candle though, I have a feeling it's just gonna run from the gate. All right, run right from the open. I don't think we're gonna see anything of a push down. Last week we got the push down, right? We came down, we retested. This looks like it's ready to run. So again, I would be prepared for like 75K. I mean, I'll call this on video in like 2.5 weeks. That's again my opinion. We'll have to see what happens, but I'm willing to bet that when this next weekly candle opens, we're just gonna run right up. And we're probably gonna close up kind of like what happens here, maybe a small test down, run up. That's what we're gonna get. So, if you guys haven't been DCAing, I really, really, really hope that, you're happy with what you have because the opportunity right? The last couple of weeks that we've had to kind of just accumulate in these prices is going to be gone. Ethereum too, look, strong weekly candle. Another weekly candle that tested down is going to close up. The next weekly candle is going to run. This is already at all-time highs. This is already running as far as I'm concerned. This thing probably going to push the 2,700 price. That's what I would love to see. Generally speaking, just from a chart standpoint, it's not going to be worth going over too many of the altcoins, just to be real. What we're going to look out for while Bitcoin does run, though, guys, is we're going to look out for what we call the XXX BTC pairs. The XXX is just a placement holder. You could put any altcoin you want in front of this. You could type Matic in front of it. You can type XRP in front of this. Whatever you want to type in front of it, right? We're going to be focused on those XXX BTC pairs because we know as Bitcoin goes parabolic itself, what typically happens is people typically sell their altcoins for Bitcoin basically just because of fear of missing out, right? They don't want to miss out on those BTC gains. They want to grow their BTC in value, and they want to take that and put that into discounted altcoins. That's the typical pattern. There's going to be certain altcoins that do rise in price right alongside of it. That always happens, but we want to stay alert on these BTC pairs. So for me, guys, I'm gonna be looking at our typical watch list. Like if you look at Easy BTC, you can already kind of see that people are selling out of this for Bitcoin. If you go to XRP BTC, you actually see people probably selling out of their Bitcoin into Ripple because Ripple itself is seeing a lot of demand. So we're expecting, Ripple is its own little thing. This is one of the coins that may defy the logic of this pulling back. But for most of our altcoins that we're looking at, if you guys are looking at any coins and you're going to exchange Bitcoin for them, keep an eye out on these. Look at that. Look at that. What a beautiful fucking trade, bro. All right, just keep an eye out on these weekly charts because these might come down. They might want to test below some liquidity, and that may give you a really good opportunity to actually sell some of your, not sell, but exchange your now more valuable Bitcoin for a now less valuable altcoin to get further gains again. And again, I'll keep you guys updated on the chat, but I'm expecting most of these coins to like pull back and erase just like the last moves they've had, basically coming down, sweeping like these old little reaccumulations, probably testing down inwards of like, these runs here. And a lot of these charts look the same. I mean, like Anchor is another one that's been running crazy. Same thing. It's probably going to want to just, seek like all the like buy orders that are just sitting down here. So keep that in mind. I know I've said this a few weeks ago, but the alt season, again, I'm not always 100% accurate because Bitcoin dominance is just been doing nothing but dropping. But Bitcoin hasn't had a substantial chance to push towards 75K yet. So as we push towards 75K, I'm expecting this dominance to rise. We actually just look at, how do you get Bitcoin dominance on here? Bitcoin dominance, it's dominance. No? Oh, Bitcoin.d. Okay. Right. So just to show you guys what we were looking for, I was looking for it to come up and test here. It just never gave us that. It just gave us a giant redistribution cycle and then just collapsed. So that is what it is. But I'm telling you, I am expecting this to pull back at some point when Bitcoin runs towards 75K. This might even just drip a little further. But if we get spikes up like this, we want to exchange for altcoins back up in this better pricing up here. So if you have altcoins that have done 500, 600, 800, 1000%, you might want to look into taking some of those profits, moving it into BTC, and then moving that back into your altcoins again when and if we get that. Not guaranteed. Don't sell your entire bag. Never sell your entire bag, but just be prepared, for that kind of move. That being said, I do want to open this up for your guys' projects that you're looking at and questions. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you guys the ability to unmute yourselves, but you're more than welcome to write in the chat. But anybody that comes on voice is going to have priority because it just makes my life easy. So the floor is open for questions and research. Floor is open for questions and research.
Yo,
What's good?
what's going on, Skaggs?
Not much, bro. How are you?
Long day, man. Tired. Lots of kids dealing with all the badness of life.
Yeah, bro, I hear you. How can I help you?
What is the best platform to buy and hold coins on?
All right, good question. So this is gonna be different for every coin, guys. So I'm gonna show you is how to help yourself because
So many cases of water.
Sorry,
hold
that's
on,
my
hold
son.
on. Oh no, you good. So basically, I'm gonna show you guys how to figure this out for yourselves because it's just different for every coin. So what you guys are gonna do, if you wanna, if I recommend you a coin, if a friend recommends you a coin, you just don't know where to buy it. Do me a favor, don't DM me because I'm gonna show you guys right now how to figure this out for yourself. It's super easy. So we're just gonna take any coin, right? Somebody said SXP, so we're just gonna go SXP. We'll just swipe. Oh, whoops! It just auto corrected me. All right, so we'll go to swipe, right? And let's just say we wanted to buy this, right? So okay, cool. It looks good. We can go to the website. We can see all about it. If you want to know how to buy it, though, we're gonna scroll down and you'll click on this little tab that says Market. Right? If you click on this, it's going to give you a comprehensive list of exchanges that it trades on, the pair that it trades with, right? So you could trade SXP with Tether, with Bitcoin, with Binance USD. You could trade it on KuCoin for USDT. It'll show you, the price on each exchange, which should be more or less the same. It'll show you the volume that's done. So we can see that this is mostly traded on Binance. Most of the activity comes from Binance. A very small portion comes from KuCoin, and then it just drops off from there. So this is where you would go. You would come in here and you would look at the list and you're like, okay, cool. So I can grab this on Binance. I can grab it on KuCoin. I can grab it on FTX. I can grab it on Gate.io. All right. And you'll just have to pick, one of those to buy it on, right? There's no such thing as the best one. It's just the one that you use, that you have, that you can log into and use. For me, I'd be going on Binance. I also use KuCoin. So I would maybe go there depending where I had my Bitcoin. I know people like Abel uses, Gate.io. Again, I haven't used Gate.io since I bought Ripple back in like 2016. But it's a great app. Like you could download that app on your phone. You could buy it from there. So that's how you guys kind of like just come to that conclusion yourself. Every coin I send is not going to be on like every exchange. Coinbase is not going to have everything. Binance is not going to have everything. KuCoin's not going to have everything. Crypto.com is not going to have everything. You need to have 4, 5, 6, 7 exchanges. You have to be ready. Like if you're going to take this serious, like what you should do is like literally come up to the exchanges up here, click on spot, right? Look at some of the biggest exchanges and be like, okay, I need to get accounts on all of these exchanges. So I'm ready to buy anything at any time. You don't have to fund them all, right? You can fund them when you go to actually buy the token, but make sure you're not just in one spot. If all you use is Coinbase, you're going to be, limited to whatever Coinbase has, and that's just not going to help you out. So that's how you kind of figure this out for yourself, guys. Again, like asking somebody where you can buy something, it's you can literally just find the information out for yourself. Great question though, because it's always good to go over that, bro. So I definitely appreciate you asking that.
Of course. I appreciate the help, man.
Yeah, no problem. All right, let me favor the chat real quick, and then if anybody wants to unmute yourselves, let me just scroll back real quick. Somebody asked, please look at SXP. So we'll look at SXP. I've looked at Swipe before, but it's been some time. So you guys know I have a little bit of a way that I do this. The first thing we're going to look at to see is this project unique? Does it offer something that other projects don't yet? Is it, doing anything amazing? We want to look for some sort of uniqueness here. So this is a Swipe token, a decentralized digital currency. Okay, cool. That's like, the other 8,000 of them that are decentralized. Protocol is native digital currency and used throughout the Swipe ecosystem. Okay, so they have a built ecosystem of products. We'll have to figure out what those are. Utility features, transaction fees, that is not a feature. Network fees, that is not a feature. These are all pretty standard features. Discounts is interesting. This is where they trade. Yeah, so see, like right away, I don't like this because right away, like nothing pops out to me. It's like, okay, cool, you're decentralized digital currency, like, oh, awesome. Like that's not unique. They don't even they talk about how they have products, but they don't list their products. These features are like so standard, like payments, like payments and for anything. Use Dogecoin for payments. Like Dogecoin has transaction fees, network fees. They don't have staking, but a lot of things do have staking. So again, right away, this don't pop out in front of me. I see they have some cards. Okay, so So let's talk about this. This is the worst thing you could ever do for multiple reasons. One, you don't spend your investments, right? Straightforward. You don't buy Bitcoin to go spend it at the fucking pizzeria down the street. That's not why you buy Bitcoin. So right away, I hate these projects. Two, these things are so annoying for taxes. It's not even funny. I did in 2017. Don't do it. It's a fucking headache. Um, Benefits, Spotify. I don't know what that means. Do I get free Spotify with this? I don't know. I get free Spotify through my cell phone carrier, so I don't really need Swipe for that. Again, like I don't mean to bash the project, but like this just really doesn't do anything. So Swipe benefits and perks. Okay, Swipe cards have benefits and perks that support what? See, my problem is what benefits and perks? What do I get? Like, okay, cool, I get benefits and perks from these, but what is it? Is it cash back? Is it like a free month? Like, I don't know. The fact that they don't put that right in front of my face turns me off. So I'm gonna go right off this project, guys, because again, it's not unique. It's in a niche that I don't like. Doesn't mean it's bad. It'll probably do good. Again, the rising tide will raise all ships. I'm not saying the price of this won't go up, but it's not enough for me to throw in my long-term portfolio. So that's my opinion on that. And it is up 2% on the day. It's a $5 token. I'm sure people made money off it, but it's just not something I'm interested in. The hot token, this is Hollow Chain. I know this thing has been going crazy. Oh, it's actually on a pretty nice dip. This was like almost 3 cents the other day. Honestly, guys, I'm gonna be real. I'm kind of mad about this because we probably should have been in this ourselves. I used to accumulate a shit ton of this, and then I sold it all before it pops. So I'm kind of annoyed. I'll be real. This is kind of like a competitor to like try to compete with like Matic and like some of the other like L2 solutions. Again, it's just a way to scale chains. It does a lot of cross chain work. I gotta be real, they've been doing a lot of amazing things recently. I just think the price point for this, like, I mean, it's honestly it's on a pretty nice dip right now. If it can like wipe below this, we might be asking a lot, like a penny and a half. I mean, we're almost there already. Like this might be a good continuation play if Bitcoin runs and this continues to dip. I would maybe recommend getting into this. I'm just really mad we didn't get into this way, way, way back when we got into like Matic and everything else. This would have been a great thing to buy. We would have been up a ton of money. Solid project though. Definitely a solid project. It definitely has like a verified check for me. It's just I would probably want a little bit lower, but if you're not in it yet and you've been looking at it, this dip is very appealing. So I would continue to look at it. Deshaun, you got a question, bro? I see you're unmuted.
Yeah, Skag, I do. Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, sir. How we doing?
All right, man. Good evening to you, by the way.
Thank you.
The guy before me, he asked the question for me because I was trying to use Binance, and with me living in Texas, they don't offer it to us in Texas.
Correct. Yeah, actually, Binance doesn't. So you're probably talking about Binance.us, right?
Right.
Yeah. So when I reference Binance, I am not talking about Binance.us. I do know that they're the same way. They don't provide support to people in Texas or New York, I think. When I talk about Binance, guys, I'm talking very specifically about using the Chinese version of the exchange, right? What we do is we actually VPN into the exchange using a brand new account. So again, if you just type in Binance VPN, you'll literally see a video by me, right? It's got like 20,000 views. A lot of people comment on it. A lot of people have enjoyed it. It's working for thousands of people. Just do this. Watch the video. It brings you step by step in. If you guys need help, you guys have my Satoshi Rich chat. You guys can ask me. But this is what we reference when we talk about Binance. We actually reference the Binance.com version of things. Right. Again, I'm not going to log into this because I'm not on my VPN right now, but we would normally connect to our VPN. Then you would either log in or register for a new account and do stuff that way. Now, guys, in this video, I do mention that you could also do this on your phone. I'm telling you right now, please do not do this on your phone. I lost an account because of that. I didn't lose any money. You also hear me say in the video not to keep your money on accounts, things like that, withdraw it out. I didn't lose any money. It's not that serious or anything, but like, what happened was I used the VPN, and even with the VPN, they somehow still detected my wireless carrier. And because it was a United States wireless carrier, even through the VPN, which again, I'm not even sure specifically how it works. I'm not like a big networking guy. But they did find out and they restricted my account. So please no longer do this on your phone. Please stick to the desktop. Proton VPN, the desktop works fine. I've been doing it the entire time while I've been here in Houston. I had to make a whole new account. So if you log in and you get that message saying, oh, your wireless carrier, whatever, blah, blah, blah. If you get that error, literally it's just time to make a new account. Same steps, same everything. Just don't do it on your phone. Or pop your SIM card out if you're going to do it. Honestly, like that would work.
Scaz, I swear you just answered my question again because I was going to ask you about the VPN. Now,
Yeah,
my
that
last
video's
and
got
final,
everything you need, bro.
now my last and final question. Yo, is there any way you can send this recording out, bro? Because I want to go back and watch this at least about 3 times.
Yeah. So the recording, guys, I'll probably try to upload this to YouTube. I might not make it public. I might just have a share link. So keep an eye on the Telegram. But I am recording it because I know there are some people that missed it. And then some people are gonna want to rewatch it. So it'll definitely be up on my YouTube channel. You guys can just if you guys just literally go to YouTube and just find my Binance video. I'm the most inconsistent person on YouTube, by the way. I understand that. I'm sorry, guys. I'm terrible. But like, if you go there and you subscribe, you'll have access to it. So I
Yeah, I'm
definitely blast that
subscribed, by
with
the
you
way,
guys.
and I got that bell on.
Yeah. I'm gonna try to be more consistent. I have 1,000 things going on.
Hey, Scaz, do you watch BitBoy Crypto on YouTube?
I'm gonna be real, bro. I don't subscribe to any other people. I know a lot of people like BitBoy. I know he helps a lot of people. Gets a lot of great suggestions. Not gonna say doesn't provide quality content, but I do not tune in to people. If I'm looking up a certain project or trying to research something and then somebody has a video, I'll watch it. But like I don't actively subscribe and keep up to date with crypto YouTubers. The thing with crypto YouTubers is 99% of them are only going to make videos on projects they're personally invested into. I mean, I'm also never going to recommend a coin in my chat that I'm not personally invested into. So it's it's the same thing. But a lot of them get paid advertisements, and there's a lot of just shady stuff that goes on in the crypto community. So for that reason, I opt out. But for educational reasons, like if you do come across a video from them, just keep that in the back of your head. Like, okay, are they paid to say this type shit?
Right, I got you. But he mostly come on like what you doing right now. He come on live every day, and he basically goes through the same thing that you're doing right now. He don't recommend any coins, but he does talk about Bitcoin and some other coins. He might give like updated news and things like that. Hey, man,
that's good.
I tune into him every day, man. I can't even front because if it weren't for you, I would be totally lost. I ain't know nothing about coins and all that. All I would hear was Bitcoin, Bitcoin, Bitcoin. Couldn't nobody tell you nothing about Bitcoin but buy Bitcoin, buy Bitcoin, buy Bitcoin. That ain't telling me nothing. You know what I mean?
Thanks.
That's why I always thank you, man, every time I come on here, bro.
I definitely appreciate that. But yeah, I mean, if that's the content, again, I'm so unfamiliar with his content that I'm not even sure. But yeah, I would stay tuned in. If he's coming from a genuine place like that, there's nothing wrong with that. Like Bitcoin news, like there's all sorts of stuff that gets lost. So definitely stay tapped in. All right, let's see what we got in the chat.
Thanks, bro.
Here. Let's see what we got. Deeper Network. Yes, I remember somebody asked me about Deeper Network in the chat. We can definitely check that out real quick. I actually wanted to look into that myself. I just was waiting for this call. So Deeper Network. So this is a rank 2,406 with no market cap. So yeah, this shit's new. That's up 70% today. All right. So I'm definitely not buying this today, but let's see if we can find a reason to buy it on a dip. So the decentralized internet infrastructure for Web 3.0. Okay, that's like a typical claim. A more secure, private, and fair. Ooh, this sounds like a Centropy competitor. So Deeper Network combines blockchain network security sharing economy to create a global peer-to-peer network, powers the real users of the internet, and paves the way for the next generation of the web. Okay, how do you do that? Decentralized private networks, DPNs. Okay, so yeah, this is a Centropy competitor. This is literally like Noya. Almost. Noya is not like that private. I don't think they stress the privacy. The network is serverless and distributed. Yes. Different Web3, decentralized DNS. Yeah, so this is literally like Centropy. Yeah. Okay. So I like it already because like I'm a big fan of Noya or Syntropy. Noya is the token, Syntropy is the company name, I guess you could say. Decentralized gateway and DApp store. It's expected. What is this fancy page? Private. This is just all the details of everything. Okay, I'm not gonna go too deep into that. Let's see. Is there a team behind this? Is there a public team behind this? Company overview. I like projects that have public teams. Oh, they have a roadmap. That's good. They've been around since Silicon Valley projects. Okay, so it's built in the US. That's good. They're partnered with Harmony. Interesting. Financing backed. Okay, so they have some good financing too. Strategic partner with 7X, Spark Digital, Loopring, Polkadot, Nishta. See, I hate when people put the Amazon logo. Like, how are you put like they're probably just partnered with AWS, which is not the same thing as partnering with like the retail side of Amazon. Because a lot of projects have AWS. But I would like to know more about that. Polkadot parody, Best Buy. That's interesting. This looks really good. I'm not gonna lie. I wish I'd seen something about the team. But I'm sure there's gotta be, if there's a Silicon Valley project, there's gotta be some sort of team page, no? Like about us. Yeah, so I mean they don't publicly put who's running it. Maybe I could find it on LinkedIn, but typically I like to know who's kind of running it. That being said, this project looks really good right off the bat. I'm gonna probably dive deep into the white paper later on myself. I don't like the fact that it's up 70%, or now 57. Like just took a harsh dip. But I don't like the fact that it's up so much today. I don't know if it just launched today. That's like no, didn't launch today. Where's this trade? And a new exchange listing. Wow, it's only on Uniswap and 1inch. Oh, they might have just recently, well, no, they couldn't have just launched on Uniswap because it's only here. And you can only get it with USDC. It is interesting. We're gonna wait on a dip for this. If you're already in this, that's great. This looks like an amazing project. I'm not gonna lie. Very interested in getting inside of this. What is the? There's no supply information. Max supply. Let's see. Hold on. What does Noya have? Okay, so it's 10 times the supply of Noya. And it already has, it's already that. What the hell? Wow, it's already chasing Noya in price, and it has the circulating supply on this must be really low. Yeah, I want to see what the circulating supply and market cap is. They can't figure it out right now because there's just it only trades on like one exchange. There's not much information out. Maybe CoinGecko will have. Let's see. Let's see if CoinGecko maybe has the info. Usually not though. If it's not on one, yeah, if it's not on one, it's usually not on the other. Yeah, I like this. Keep a watch on this. Whoever recommended it. I definitely this is a project I would definitely want to get into. Again, I can't justify buying something when it's up 57%. Like I'll wait. Even if I end up buying higher than 18 cents, I'd rather buy it as it's on a dip because I don't want to be holding a bag, so to speak. Let's see what else we got. Yeah, if you're doing Binance.com, you absolutely need a VPN from another country. I personally use Canada. Do you pay for Coinbase Pro? I don't think you have to pay for Coinbase Pro. When I used to use Coinbase Pro, I didn't pay for it. They don't think they added a subscription model to this, did they?
No, it's free.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's free, isn't it? Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think this is. I don't know why they would add a price, but if you have so Coinbase Pro is good if you're trading the currencies, like if you're trading Bitcoin, like you're trying to like get in at the lows and sell at the highs and like swing trade it, but not use MT4. then Coinbase Pro is a great spot. But a lot of you on here are, intelligent enough to just use MT4 and get like, with the leverage, and hopefully y'all don't risk too much and blow your accounts. But Coinbase Pro is a good platform. You store coins on an external device. Recommend people do this. Absolutely. Absolutely. Please, for the love of God, get yourself Ledger's not the right website. Maybe it is. Ledger, ledger.com, ledgerwallet.com, SafePal Pro. I don't have the SafePal Pro one, but I know my boy Abel Melendez does, and he swears by it. The SafePal Pro app itself is amazing too. I have money in there, but you could also buy their hardware wallets. Please, 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 if you have more than $500 in crypto, get a hardware wallet. There's no excuse, like literally no excuse. Buy one of these things, set it up. Like, it's not hard. They walk you right through it. Don't worry if you lose it, you break it. Just as long as you have your seed phrase, you could always restore from it. Don't share that seed phrase with anybody for any reason, anywhere. Don't care who it is, unless it's the person you're literally married to, or it's like you're like your mom and you trust your mom that much. Like, don't give the seed phrase to anybody. But yeah, absolutely get a hardware wallet. That's a big recommendation from me.
Cool. Skag, have you heard of GraphLink?
GraphLink? No, what's the ticker?
GLQ.
GLQ. GraphLink protocol. 7 cents. 500 million max supply. Okay. Is this new? This looks new.
I think it just came out in March.
Yeah, late March. Okay. No, I have not heard of this. Let's take a look at this.
It's really interesting. It requires no coding experience whatsoever.
So it's like the Shopify of blockchain, the no code protocol for blockchain development, the automation DeFi data monetization, external. Okay, cool. No coding. Create powerful crypto tools you can create. Okay, so it's like a drag and drop system for a fraction of a penny. Execute your graph. Okay, cool. I basically understand. Yeah, it's a visualizer. Okay, build visually with nodes. Yeah, I could have guessed all that. Uploading execute directly.
It's getting a lot of buzz about it right now too. I've been hearing a lot about this one.
Yeah, the reason I like stuff like this, like if you just look at so look at like all the websites, right, that making a website super easy. Like the drag and drop shit, like whatever they call them, like Squarespace, and like all that shit typically does good for the people that want to do things, but like just don't have the coding experience. Like me, like I don't have coding experience, but I know how to build cool shit, So this is pretty interesting. I'm not gonna go too deep into this because I already love the concept of it. Just off that, I haven't seen anything like this yet. So I will do like a deep dive on this one day. Today's just not the day for that, but I would be interested in getting into this. Again, it's fairly new, so like price discovery is going to be a thing. It's on Gate.io and Uniswap. Yeah, I would say I would add this to my buy list like now because it's so new that, and it's down on the day. Doesn't really trade anywhere. If this gets on somewhere like KuCoin or like Binance a couple months down the road, it could really pop. So yeah, if you're not already in this, like this gets an instant green light for me. It looks like they have the team page too. Yeah, so I mean, look, yes, you connect on LinkedIn. I love this. I love when the founders are there. I love when I can look at their LinkedIn. I would just click on this real quick, and what I usually do is just look at their past. Again, like I'm not going to log into my LinkedIn right now and deal with all that nonsense, but I would basically just look at like the past, see if he has like past experience in coding. Has he built other websites? What other past projects does he has? Has he sold a company for a decent amount of money? Same thing with like their co-founders and developers. And I mean, Chief Growth Advert. I mean, I'd want to see what else he was involved in. Does he really earn this title? Is he just a friend? Like, who is he? But the fact that they're all public and the LinkedIn's are there is a major green light for me. Yeah, I'm keeping these tabs open for a reason. If you guys haven't noticed, keeping them open for a reason. I'm gonna deep dive them later. Definitely thank you for recommending. This is why I love asking you guys to share projects too, because I've never heard of these things. I haven't, seen them trending anywhere. So, when I inevitably make money off this stuff, I have you guys to thank. Do I use the crypto.com app? I don't use the crypto.com app. I'm from New York. I can't. What's the best coin to invest into around the NFT space? Ooh, pretty good question. So CoinMarketCap actually will show you the NFT projects. Theta is like my world's largest regret. I miss getting this at like 25 cents. I want to like shoot myself for fucking not buying it. Not in the head, just like in the leg, a little bit of pain. But Flow is really good. Like we've been looking at Flow. I got into Flow at like 18 to 35, about 100%. This is what NBA Top Shot is built on. So, if you're a fan of NBA Top Shot, if you're a fan of that ecosystem, the UFC one that's coming out built on top of Flow. There's other projects built on top of Flow. So for that reason, like I'm in Flow. Engine's another really good one. Again, it's up 30% on the week. And a lot of these are going crazy. I heard great things about Wax. I don't own it though. Omi, listen, I know y'all love your Omi. I know y'all love your Omi. I'm not a big fan of it. I think it's already overvalued. But people think it's gonna go to $1 for some reason. But yeah, check these out. I know Abel's a big fan of ERN. I think he's still in it. Eternity Chain.
So good.
Yeah, this is down 17% on the week. Like if you're looking for an NFT project, like this could be a good one. I also know Luxo is another one that we've been looking at. Again, I haven't put out official signals on these. I might this week. I might make because I'm gonna come out with a new accumulation list for you guys this week. These might be on there with these 7-day dips. So just keep that in mind. Yeah, I mean, like the ones I can really sign off on are like Engine, Flow, Wax. Those would be my recommendations. All right, let's see. We'll take a few more, guys. We'll take a few more. I'm gonna start cherry picking questions. So if I skip over your stuff. Veracity VRA, we've talked about it in the chat. It's green lighted. It's a good project. Heard about XBN Safe Moon. Yeah, Safe Moon is like those are all those coins are like they're little pump and dumps. They don't do anything spectacular. What about New York coin? I'm not even gonna look at that unless it's issued by New York City itself or like the state of New York. I want nothing to do with that. There's no reason to call your coin New York coin if it's not issued by the state. Not even gonna look at that.
What about SHIB?
Keith, come on, bro. SHIB, really? I mean, listen. If you want a shit coin, like SHIB is one worth looking at. Because I know Keith. I know Keith's got the fundamentals. The SHIB exchange is coming. SHIB swap. It's a shit coin though, guys. It's like Dogecoin. It's like the other one, Hogecoin. I know there's a few degenerates in here, so that's a degenerate coin. It doesn't do anything cool. You might make money off of it. Keith, I hope you fucking make millions off it, bro. But there's no other way to define it. It's a shit coin, bro. It is what it is. Twitter says it launched on Uniswap. Yeah, staking available. Reap chain. Reap, you missed your exit, bro. Hopefully that goes up just for you. Has a question mark on CoinGecko. Yeah. Can you go over FEG token, my brother? Yes, I will absolutely go over that for you. Wow, is this the right thing? Because this is what the hell is this?
I know someone is talking to him about this, and I don't know, he sent me something, and I know I looked, and whatever he had to get on Pancake Swap. But I was like, wait, I don't know what any of this is. And they had a whole like rollout plan with it. So I have no idea.
Like the price is like crazy. Like what the like, feed every gorilla. Oh, okay. So yeah, I'm already not interested in this. What does this do? Look, it's partnered with SHIB, combines the powers of SHIB. Keith, get all over this, bro. It sounds like a Keith coin right away.
Send me a link.
Feed every gorilla. Yeah, so already this is interesting. Ability to stake any token listed and earn ETH or BNB depending on base currency. Smart liquidity options. They're throwing around a lot of buzzwords, is what they're doing. Like that's what this is. They just throwing buzzwords out, liquidity locking, multi-asset pools. They throw in buzzwords. Um, they have an app. That's pretty cool, I guess. Is a progressive deflationary DeFi token built to succeed? Well, we'll see about that. It's built on Binance Smart Chain, which is why you guys need PancakeSwap to trade it. So that's not atypical. That's definitely correct. Deflationary token with a max circulating supply of 100 quadrillion. Yeah, no, I'm closing this out. I'm already on.
Well, I just did have information because I've never
Yeah.
seen anything like this. I couldn't even give an analysis. I was like, boy, I don't know what this is.
It's like it's one of those coins that like it might perform well just because again a rising tide will raise all ships. Like people just throw money at anything. Like that's why like kind of Heath gets in like SHIB and stuff early. Like if you get in this stuff early, it could be really rewarding. But this is like one of the things that I would tell you like, okay, cool. Throw like $100 in at max. Don't risk the house on this shit. Like this is just not gonna work for you. I would proceed with caution on that. GRT is the graph, right? This is a great project. I'm not gonna deep dive into this. This thing is still under $2. This is a buy. This is absolutely a buy. It should hit $4 or $5 pretty easy. It got a lot of traction after it listed on Coinbase. It's been reaccumulating ever since. There's not much to say about this. It's a great project. It's partnered directly with I'm gonna forget the freaking word now. Somebody give me the word. Well, what the heck is Chainlink? What does Chainlink do? Chainlink is god damn it, I can't remember the word. What is that stupid? I hate this coin. It's 1 second. I can't remember the word. Can't remember the word. Oh my god, why can't I remember? What is Chainlink? Oh my god, they don't even use the word on here. Oh my god, this is gonna piss me off now. Oh my god, what is the word that I'm looking for? Whatever. It's it's an oracle. It's an oracle project. It links oracles. Oracles feed data from like typical traditional data sources, like say like the weather, right? So there's like a smart contract, and that was like whenever it's 80 degrees out in Florida, we're gonna execute this into a smart contract. Like the blockchain doesn't know when it's 80 degrees in Florida. An oracle helps the blockchain see that information. So the graph is focused on that. It's a great buy. Again, I'm not gonna dive deep into it though. I'm so mad I couldn't think of that word. What were the external wallets called again? The one that I have is called a Ledger. You can also go with the SafePal one. And then there's also one called Trezor. So any of them will work. They all have their pros and cons. The SafePal app is really cool. I'm gonna just be real. I really like their app. I have a Ledger. I've had mine for years. If I was gonna rebuy one though, I'd probably buy the SafePal one. That's just a refresher on that.
Hey Skag, with the Ledger, have you done any lending with your crypto? I know that I have a Ledger and they offer that.
You're talking about Ledger X?
Yes.
I have not used Ledger X, but anywhere that I feel safe putting my money that will earn me a percentage interest, I will do. Like I have money staking in Exodus. I have money staking on like mainnets. So if you, I mean, Ledger X is like it's reliable. Like I don't believe you're gonna get like screwed over by Ledger X. But if you have the opportunity to do that, like why not? Like why not lend your stuff out, make a return on it?
Right.
You know, it's all based off smart contracts. Nobody's gonna run off with your bag, like you know.
Yeah.
So I would recommend it. Like if there's some way for you to earn 5 to 8 to 10, 15, 20% APY on your holdings, like why wouldn't you? You know?
Very true. I have a Ledger, but I just skeptical about it. Like I didn't really do because I know they offer it as well. And I also have like crypto on an exchange called Celsius, and they kind of just automatically give that percentage just in
Yeah,
there.
you have, yeah. So Celsius is great. I again, like I get screwed from being from New York that I can't use Celsius either. Um, but again, if you're using, this is not the right Celsius. That is not the right Celsius. So there we go. Dot network. Yeah. So like if you can use this, right, and you can put your, crypto in here, right? Like if we go to their lending rates, um, earn, right? Celsius will, give you percentages. You put your Bitcoin in there and earn 6.2% APY. You could put Tether and earn 13.3% APY. To be fair, though, any money you have in Tether, you might as well just put into Bitcoin because Bitcoin's going to rise more than 13% in a year. So you might as well just do that. But Celsius is pretty good. There's also another one. I think it's called Nexo. If I'm not mistaken, I think Nexo does the same thing. Yeah. So you could also use Nexo. That's always an option as well. Again, I've not tried to use Nexo. I don't know if they provide services in New York. I actually gotta check this out later tonight. But yeah, those platforms are good, bro. Just go with the one that pays you the highest percentage that you also feel safe with. If something's giving you 8% and then something else is giving you 9%, but you don't know anybody that uses the one that's 9% and you feel like it might be sketchy, like go with the 8%. Like it's a 1% difference. It might make a difference to you, but take safety into consideration too. Guys, we'll do one more question. We've been on here for an hour and a half. The YouTube video gonna be crazy if we could keep this up. So if you guys have any final questions, throw it in the chat. I see that somebody wanted me to go over TRX and BTT. They're projects that are owned by Justin Sun. I do not like Justin Sun projects. That being said, BTT is BitTorrent's token. And if you know anything about torrenting, that might be worth the investments. But I'm not a fan of Justin Sun. I think he's nothing but a professional pump and dumper. Like he's consistently screwed over people that hold his tokens by like pumping Tron, getting people in Tron, and then making another token, then pumping that, and then that people buy into that, and then he goes to another project and he pumps that, and it's just like super super annoying. So I don't like Justin Sun, but the BTT token is probably the best project that he has. If there's no other questions, guys, I'll give it another minute or two, see if anybody has anything last. I mean, hey, if you got them in your profits, hold them. Again, rising tide will raise all ships. Not saying you won't make money. I'm just saying, just letting you know the people behind it and how they typically act. All right, Cryptarium. All right, I'll check out Cryptarium. This will be the last one we do. This will be the last one we do since nobody else had questions. We'll check out Cryptarium. Cryptarium. All right, trades at 47 cents. There's no max supply. I wonder if that is because it's unlimited. $38 million market cap. See where it trades real quick. It's on KuCoin, so it could be a KuCoin gem. KuCoin consistently has projects that go crazy, by the way. Like low cap coins, you'll find them on KuCoin. So let's check this out, see if it's worth our time. Let's close some of these tabs here. Digital finance is simplified. Digital wallet and card to manage your fund. Again, so it's one of these card tokens, of course. Effortlessly store, buy, invest, cash out, and spend your crypto on the go. Okay. So it aims to be a crypto bank, so to speak. The only wallet you'll ever need. Whenever they say this is usually not true. There's always something that they don't support. It's always something that they don't support. You can open an account for free. I would hope so. Transfer your crypto with just a phone number or a wallet address. So this is a popular thing too. You may have noticed this on Cash App. You could actually send Bitcoin right to somebody's cash tag. It's not a bad idea implementing phone numbers. This is not a unique thing though, so just keep that in mind. Any app can like implement that. 84.5 million. Okay, no, please don't auto tab over. Become a shareholder. Overfunded, Jesus. Our goal is to reach 1 billion euro valuation in 18 months. So they want to basically 11x, 12x their business. I mean, listen, they they have a goal, right? Just like, IM wants to be a $1 billion company. They want to be a $1 billion company too. It's good to see they have big ambitions, big goals. Super CRPT cash back. So let's see, 1 CRPT for every €5 that you spend. Okay, so this competes with Monaco, or whatever they call it, CRO now, right? The crypto.com thing, which used to be called Monaco, if you didn't know. So this competes with that. Yeah, so if you're a fan of these type of tokens, like I'm not a fan of these type of tokens. I think these try to do too much. Again, I don't like the spending cards. Not that I don't like it from an investment standpoint, but I don't like it from a spending standpoint. So like I would prefer not to see people using this. But that's the reality of the world. If you want to move into like using these things as currencies, like you literally need these things. Earn up to 21% annually. So I wanted to kind of see what they're paying up to 21% on. That's probably like one very specific thing, and it's probably Tether, virtual and plastic. Seems like they have payment systems too. It looks like it competes with Pundi and crypto.com. Okay, cool. So we can actually see. So let's look at Tether. What's Tether's rate? 9.6 for 12 months. You have to do 5,000. Okay. Ethereum, 7.2% over 12 months. Crypterium is probably the highest, no? I mean, it doesn't look like a bad project. Again, it's not my type of project. It's not my type of project. That being said, they look pretty solid. They have all the products, they have the working apps. I would kind of want to know who's behind it. But your decision here is like, okay, do I go with this? Do I go with crypto.com? Do I go with Pundi? You want to kind of just compare them all. It's a good project, though. I'm not going to recommend you guys particularly buy it, but it, yeah, it definitely looks solid. They're teaching about people about crypto. What's this predictions tab? I don't like that. Professionally designed AI-based price predictions with more than 200 factors, 101 trading alphas, and a self-learning algorithm. Make the most out of your crypto with up to a 93% accuracy rate. Interesting. Put the chances on your side with daily AI-powered price predictions. Reduce market noise. So, my problem with this is like, I don't believe it's that accurate. See, the thing with this is like they probably started doing this, right? They probably started doing this like within the last 365 days, right? And the problem with that is it's not hard to make money, especially with AI. Like you could take somebody off the street, you could open up CoinMarketCap and you could tell them to pick a coin, you could put money in it, and you'll probably make money. That's just the way the market is, right? The market's just booming. Like everything is going up, right? I keep saying it over and over. Rising tides will raise all ships. So that's why I don't like this, because like, yeah, you're 93% accurate, or so you claim to be. But like, how are you going to perform in a bear market? How are you going to perform when not everything is going up? Like they're probably just predicting that everything's going to go up every time it dips. Like, oh, cool. Like that, it doesn't. It takes like a monkey with half a brain, or like a neural link with like Elon Musk injecting like his like little chip in a monkey's head. Like they could do the same thing in this market. So it's really just not that crazy. For me, this prediction thing is just not something that I would be interested in. But the project looks solid. Other than that. I'm gonna just check chat one more time. View to block X. No, but I will look into that for you, bro, and I'll get back to you. But yeah, guys, that's the session for today. I appreciate y'all hopping on. I'm gonna play some music to close this out. Appreciate y'all. If you guys would like, if you're not already connected with me on IG, I'd always appreciate that. Love and appreciate you all, and catch you later.
I'm about to rip. I'm about to catch about a couple hundred pips. See, I'm about to flip. Money is needed. I'ma shine bright. Got a million on my wrist. Got a million that's dropping cash. Cause I'm spinning cause it's hella good. Rich type of dropping cash like I should. Cause the market side run, chain, burn flames my way. Young hood. I'ma blast off with my Coinbase. Got a couple stack coins, shake my bit rate. Bitcoin hit a high going out of space. About to drop straight bombs going home plate. Yeah, I'm on my money, my bag. Getting these profits right back. Markets I straight up attack. Mental I gotta detach. Every last moment I'm grinding like that. Yeah, D-Lo is all that I breathe. Catching these pips all with me. I'm in the zone, I'm elite. Got BCLS, that's all that I need. It's all that we need. We getting this money, got whips, got Ford, and got hella speed. All but my crew, we crushing the markets. I'm a couple 5-piece, then we gotta leave. Wanna get paid, yeah. See, I don't wanna wait. Profits on my plate, dealers had a stake. I'm not paid to trade. We